Welcome to another video, A Walk with Phil, and today I'm here in Tipton. It's been many a year since I actually came to Tipton Town to have a look around, and now I'm back. I bet you I ain't going to remember anything of what there used to be here in the town. I remember the odd shop or two, but I'm be really surprised now if there even is an odd shop or two. Because I've heard it just ain't what it used to be. In fact, some have even coined Tipton Town as a bit of a disaster. So we're going to have a look around this morning and see what we can see and see how bad it or how good it really is. Now, I've not been in Tipton for many a year, and the last time I came into Tipton was so long ago I completely forgotten. And so I'm pretty sure, I'm fairly certain that when I go into the main Tipton town in a bit, I'm not going to remember or recognise anything. But you might be wondering where I'm standing at the moment. But looking ahead here, this is called Alexandra Road. And that's just Robert Road, just up there. Back in the 20s, I believe, it used to be called Workhouse Lane. There's one in similar road like that in West Bromwich, and called Workhouse Lane because on account that there used to be a workhouse around here. Now, the reason I've just started here actually in Tipton is because all along here was the main road off Owen Street, which would come across here and work its way down here along Alexandra Road. This is the number 42. Not sure where that goes, because the railway, Owen Street Railway Station here in Tipton, has always caused chaos and mayhem when it was first constructed. And there was talking about building a kind of a road subway underneath here in the 1950s, I believe, but nothing ever really came about. What I thought I'd do is just to show you what the railway station is here. The trains going that way go to Birmingham, and down here, I believe they go to Wolverhampton. I suppose in some ways it's amazing really that Tipton still has a railway station. Just show you this arch, ornamental arch which says Tipton as an entrance to the station. Now, many of you may remember that the Owen Street used to continue straight on, but now you can see it's now curved to the right. I think this was done around about 2000, but at one time Owen Street would continue across there. Those blue railings are, and there was a level crossing there, and when the gates closed at the level crossing, it was mayhem. The traffic would back up all the way down Alexandra Road, and of course all the way down here in Owen Street. So yeah, it was a chaos, and eventually they did something about that, and they've curved the road now to the right. But we've still got the subway to take you underneath the railway to the houses where I just was. So what we're going to do now, we're going to have a walk down Owen Street then. Owen Street, the great Owen Street. That was full of shops, full of thriving businesses, full of family named businesses that had been in their families for generations. And this is the Birmingham Canal. And these canals around Tipton served many a factory, many an industry and foundry all around this area. And just where the road bends to the right, And just over the other side of the railway there was lots of sidings for the railway, there was goods sheds, a lot of storage for trains, carriages. I'll just show you over the road here. You're not going to find any reminder of what was once just here in this now car park for the shops, I believe. It used to be the fire station. I'll cross the road and I'll show you where the entrance to the fire station once was. This was the fire station, just here. Let's go and have a look across the car park and see. Yeah, this was the fire station, as I said, just on the edge of Owen Road, and we'd also got the entrance to the station would be off Albion Road, just ahead of me. Many a generation have remembered the shops, and they were fabulous shops and stores in Tipton. I don't know what on earth the council must have been thinking when they decided to abolish Tipton Town Centre, really. Oh, here we have Chatwin's Wharf. We had a Chatwin's Iron Foundry. That was just over there by the side of the canal. And on this corner here, you'd have the Albion pub. Yeah, the Albion pub would just be here on this corner of Albion Street. And it had been there since 1904, and it met its demise in 1968. And you can see Albion Road now veers round the back here. Right, so we'll take a left down Owen Street. So here we've got a Bangladeshi restaurant there. Next to that is this huge, like I don't know, like a chapel, isn't it? But there was a bank here. Now, I'm not sure if this was a bank, or in fact the chapel or this coral betting shop was a bank. And now I'm not sure if it's open, but it's in a right state, isn't it? Do with a lick of paint, especially the blue area. Just here's St Paul's Church. Noting Tipton's prosperity with its many businesses and factories around here, there was three banks all around this particular spot. The one I just showed you behind me, there were another two banks. There was where the West Brom Building Society, there was a bank there. The Owen Street convenience store, there was another bank there. So I'm just taking a look what we have got. It's kind of a bank, isn't it, West Brom? There's a Nepalese restaurant. Now we've got our convenience stores and barbers. We ain't going to get away from those, are we? Just have a quick look at what's down here. This is Wood Street. And just there you can see on the right, which looks like a pub, it's called the Noah's Ark. I have to admit I didn't know there's a pub down there, but it looks as though it's trading, unless anyone knows differently. Okay, so here we are. Here's the shops. Let's have a look at what we've got. If we just point at the notice board, which is a signpost of what shops we do have here, we've got a supermarket, a toy shop, fish and chips, pizza, cafe, bar, dentist, solicitors, day nursery, tanning studio. And there's a market here every Tuesday. Now, I didn't know there was a market. Tipton's never been traditionally a market, but perhaps by introducing one it might increase a bit of footfall. But this is now known as Unity Walk. And what we got? What do we have? What do they have here to serve the residents of Tipton here? We got nail bar. I've got something convenience store. And this one used to be an animal feed store, look, Hoof and Houndwoods. Sadly, it's bit the dust. Of course, this, I believe, used to be Union Street. Now sadly truncated now. You can see Union Street ahead, where it would have continued. And as I often said, at least he's got a Poundland. But for how much longer? Oh, well, they put them for sale, don't they, Poundland? And his fish bar. And we got the signage emblazoned with Tipton Shopping Centre. There's 3, 4, 5 units here, one of which used to be a hair and beauty that are all shuttered. Now, so nice open area. It would be great if you could fill this area with market stalls. 5, 6, 7, 8 units here, is it? Well, 7 units it looks like, that's shuttered. And there's well, they're always trading, aren't they, funeral directors. 7, there's another 2 there, that's 9 units. Key Lime Catering and Events, there's 10 units that are closed. Another 2 there, that's a dozen. How sad is this, eh? And a place for a rummage here. Let's have a look, shall we? While we're here. Now let's have a look, see if there's anything we can buy, eh? Is there anything you want? Just say. I'll put it to one side for you. All's a gravy bowl. Do people use a gravy bowl now? No, they're not gravy bowls, are they? Call them. What is it? Gravy boat. That's it, a gravy boat. Yeah. Very old plates. Come on, let's go in, shall we? Stop me if you see anything.
Yeah, but I always say to the girls,
let them have it.
let them have it. Your life's more important.
So look, there's loads of clothes in here. Anything you want? Let's look at the books. Nah, there's nothing here, is there? What's the one from? 4 hardbacks for £1. And £1 each, or 2 for £1.50.
Well, if my mum was here now and I told her you can't keep looking on the good in
See, the way I look at it is like this. I brought my daughter up from 18 months out on my own. I never went in the shop and pinched.
See anything?
I had 2 jobs.
Nah, there's nothing there, is
You
there?
know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay, well, we've had a look. I couldn't see anything worth having from there. I don't know about you.
into the dentist for a fitting.
Just imagine if I'd have been doing this live, I'd have been seeing your live messages popping up saying, Phil, can you buy that for me, that gravy boat? I'll pay you later. Meet you in the town to settle up. What we got now over here? Wasn't that disappointing? Unity, what's it called? Unity Walk. Once Union Street. And these look like 60s buildings ahead. And then look, we've got a takeaway, we've got a barber shop, we've got a convenience store, and we've got a takeaway, and we've got a beauty shop. This is disaster. Where do people go shopping? Because they don't come shopping in Tipton now, have they? Do they? There's nothing here. Victoria Chippy now. I believe Victoria Chippy's got a bit of a reputation as a really nice chip shop. Yeah, just here where you can see Wood Street, just ahead of me. There's a shop called the Flower Connection, and there was and something called Top Galley here, and I don't know what the end this one was. But between, just past the Flower Connection, there was another building, quite a large building, but can't quite make out what it was. But these two buildings back from the 1930s, they still here. There's not many of these old buildings still left along Tipton. There's Owen Street, but there's a couple there anyway. We've got Copy Street just ahead. Take you down a little bit of Copy Street. I'm not sure we can really see much down here, but it was said that this is one of the last cobbled streets here in Tipton, And the actual, all the cobbles that were on this street, in Coppice Street, were all dug up by the Black Country Museum and relaid. Even the, even the manhole covers. So what I'm going to do is just take a picture of where the covered area was. It was about round about here. The Legend Sports Bar, which seems to be a fairly popular popular bit of entertainment around this area, but that used to be the Black Cock Inn. It was there since 1825, and it was there still into the 1960s, but it was demolished in 1978. So let's make our way along here, because we can see all along here there used to be lots of shops here on the left, I believe. There are all these blue. On the right, where they created the new Tipton and Coasley Building Society, was a pub called the Miners' Arms. The Miners' Arms was an M&B pub, been there since 1859, but met its demise in 1977. The Miners' Arms. You've got the Job Centre up here as well on the right. Yes, it's all along here where all these blue fencing, metal fencing, was all the shops, maypole, clothes shops, shoe shops. There was plenty of them along here, along this side. Now what we've got this side, we've got the Tipton Building Society and the Job Centre here on the right. I mentioned a pub just beyond me called the Britannia, which had been there since 1818 and closed in 1966. And I think I mentioned the Black Cock, didn't I? That was there from 1825 until 1978 when it was demolished. This is Factory Road. This is kind of a new Factory Road, I think. Because if it had been still using the old Factory Road, the cars coming off just above here on this bridge, there'd be chaos these days. We've got the famous fountain here. One of the oldest pubs now in Tipton, as it's been built here since 1828. Not quite in its original form, because it would have been a 3-storey affair. But it's still an imposing pub on these parts here on the corner of the canal. Just show you the fountain. And there is signage for Factory Road. As the canal curves to the left, ahead of it would have been where that cream building is now. Just here, that would have been a factory site there that would make sausage grinding machines. And there was a coal yard here in the centre. And then that bit further along there on the left, as you went round the canal, would be the Neptune Forge. Right, we're in Coronation Gardens now, and here we can see the statue of William Perry, the bare knuckle champion of England. Now just about here there is some public lavatories here. You can see they're all now gone. Two blocks, male and female. This was used to be the main entrance to the park, to Coronation Gardens, and there was the other block just there. I'm sure many of you are very interested in things like this. It's the little things, isn't it? Right? Seems quite pleasant here, and as I said, back in the day, who would want to live next to a canal? But now it seems to be quite prestigious now. Is it still prestigious to live by a cut in Tipton though? On this corner of Sedgley Road West and the High Street would be stood William Round Limited, a firm that was established in Alzoe in 1772 before moving to Castle Street in Tipton, and around 1800. The actual William Rounds closed in 2005, and so after that, of course, they couldn't wait to develop the site, and I think it's called, what's it called, Swallowfields now. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to carry on over to the High Street just ahead of me. This is the High Street. This looks like a very old building, doesn't it? Another convenience store. The GB Mini Market. This is Chapel Street, just to the right here. And all this along here, right from the more or less the beginnings of Castle Street, all along the High Street here, this was known as the Castle Works, and over the years it's been turned into many uses. All these different factory units like this one, look, a cash and carry. There was a snooker club in there, it seems, once as well. And I don't know what they're doing that one, but it's got Sky Sports is live here. If it's a bar or something, and they've got no, but what I want to show you as well, because when you see a lot of these old factories that are still all around us, you know, I mean, these factories have been around since the mid 1850s, some of them even earlier, and they're still littering the landscapes, not doing what they originally intended to do, of course. Because many were created for foundries and heavy industry, but now they're mainly split up into units. But you can see here, look, it was a foundry, look. It was called the Phoenix Foundry, and it's been here since 1852. Yeah. So at least it's get some use. I think they sold that business, the landowner, for around what, 500 and 600,000 a few years back. £600,000. We've got taxi companies tagged on the end, and it looks like a fitness centre as well. Is that a blue plaque over there? Now, when I see a blue plaque, we've got to investigate, haven't we? Go and have a check. We're going to have a look. Yeah, you can see the frontage here, look, it's called Phoenix House. Very old building, as we said, 1852. Yeah, it's called it says the Tipton Civic Society. On this site was stood the chain and anchor works of Henry Perce House Parks. And they made a replacement anchor for Brunel's Great Eastern Steamship, which was then the largest in the world. So there you go. How famous is that? They made an anchor for the world's largest steamship right here on this site. But there is a pub just at the very end of the High Street here. Castle Street ends here at this junction, and it becomes Castle Road. Yeah, is this still a pub then? I mean, a lot of white paint is peeling at the back. It's a big place, look. Ah, looks like there's some windows out. It's had some advertising on it in the past. It's got a sky dish. It's not a pub now, is it? Really? All the paint is peeling. I've seen worse buildings inhabited though. This is the Dudley Road, and that is the Wagon and Horses. Now you're going to have to tell me whether this place is still open or not. It's got Banksy's on it. It's not looking too good, is it? It's not looking too good. Well, I was hugely disappointed. I think the only reason why it was rather pleasant today really is because the sun was out. It was still a bit cool, but the sun was out and it made it for a very nice pleasant walk around Tipton Town today. The canals look glorious actually, especially down by the fountain. But I was right when I meant at when I said the bit at the beginning about the shops. There ain't no shops, is there? I don't know where people go now to do just general shopping in Tipton. There must be, not far from here, maybe a Tesco or a Sainsbury's or something. I mean, I don't really know Tipton at all. It's changed so much. It's extraordinary it's changed. And really, I have to say, I have to concur with one or two people, you know, that it's an absolute disaster. I don't know whose idea it was to actually bulldoze heritage buildings and get rid of all the shops. Where are the shops? It just tells you really that the councils don't really want shops, do they? All the areas around the Tipton town, they've all the brown sites of the factories, etc. They've all been turned over to residential use, and that's really the future, isn't it? It's residential use. Where you want to go and do your shopping, well, that's up for you to decide. But I don't think they're providing many shops these days. So anyway, I will leave it at that, and you make up your own mind whether Tipton Town is a bit of a disaster. And so if you like the video, hit the like button and also hit subscribe and hit the notification bell for new videos, and I'll see you on the next one.